Okay, alright. Welcome to Metallurge 60. Let me just fix this real quick. Where is my Security 2 game? But yeah, we're gonna be starting the tournament. Getting straight into winners round 2. We got 18 players today, so looking for a good one. Welcome everybody. Sumika is Sumika. Yes, yes. Okay, I don't know why it is not finding my security, so give me a moment to do that. Anyone else can start if you're watching, except for Bayu versus Wolf, I believe, is the stream. Yes, it is. So let me fix that real quick. So we have Bayu versus Wolf 71. Very nice. Okay, I don't know why it's not seeing this. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna have to get right back into it, so give me a moment. Okay. Where are you? Where is the game? Dude, what is this? All right, oh, come on. Why is it not seeing it? I guess he has some technical difficulties, I suppose. All right. Let me try and find it this way. All right, sure. That's good enough, I guess. All right, whatever has to work. If this causes issues, I'll look into fixing it later. Let me just put myself away for a sec. Cool. Sorry, it's a bit mismatched. I was running a bit late this morning. Okay. And there, I think. Okay, let's make sure everyone gets settled on their stations. We're still missing a few people from the lobby, so... Okay, there we go. Looks good. All right, let's see, where is everyone? Boom. Let me just start these matches. Six, seven. Okay. Let me just message them in the Discord real quick. Okay, let's have some good matches, y'all. Lobby 1, match 1 is being streamed, so... Okay, so Wolf versus Bay, you can start, and we'll get ready to commentate that. You may start. Good luck. All right, we're into our first match, Bayu versus Wolf. This should be a little interesting. Don't know much about either of these players, so we're gonna see how they do. I don't even remember who either of them played, to be honest. So this should be interesting. How does this list look good? Okay, cool. Good. So we're in Lobby 1. No, you can start. If your match is in progress, you guys may start. So Wolf 71 on Nanako and Sek and Bayu on the Saki. I think they mentioned they were playing Saki, so I suppose that is their main. But yeah, so we have Rushdown versus Zoner, a classic fighting game matchup. Am I getting audio in? I guess I'm not. My bad. There we go. That should be better. I can work that later. Right now, Wolf is successfully zoning out Bayu so far. Has the meter advantage as well. So Bayu's in a bit of trouble here, but finds an opening, forces a gold shield. We're going to have to do that quite a few more times, considering they are down on the meter end as well. We also fix this. Okay, I had to like fix my window, so that's why it goes down. Gets a little bit of damage back, but they hanging in there for now. Hasn't taken significant damage and is lowered the heat successfully, so that's good. But they are at a significant meter disadvantage, so it's gonna be hard to actually find pressure onto Wolf, but gets the Tambourine there. No shields comes out finally. But Bayu has managed to close the gap in and on the health. This could be a slow burn. Bayu doing their best to really pick their spots well and be careful because you might get burned down if you're trying too hard. But Wolf just sitting on all this meter. The Tambourine catches them, but Gold Shield is going to dissuade that. Bayu has caught up in meter, so that's a good start. Very slowly chipping away on the lead, but gonna need to find that opening one way or another. And that Tambourine is gonna be doing it. Good combo. Good chunk of damage onto Wolf there. Bayu trying to hunt them down. Has the meter lead now, so Bayu can make it work, but ends up gold shielding there. Maybe trying to half shield get the projectiles, but got hit, so unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, both these players kind of even right now. No one's really found something too significant, but Bayu taking a huge poke there. Gonna try and block the meter with the half shield, but unfortunately not. And Wolf has found their opening. We're gonna see a super come out there. Bayu is gonna whiff, and Bayu is in trouble and will go down. So Wolf on the board, 1-0. These are best of 5s, so it's gonna be best of 5 until the last 3 matches, pretty much, which will be best of 7s. So just a reminder, you don't have to like call out if you're staying or switching unless you do have to call, call out if you're switching if it's going to be in the if you've won the previous match, then you have to announce if you're switching characters, but you don't have to announce stay. A lot of people still do because of the old rules, so whatever. Anyway, round 2. Bayu finding a lot of early game damage as a nice start, but gonna need to find a lot more. Only took about like maybe a third of the bar. Anyway, so Bayu gonna take a huge chunk of poke there, so Wolf should be away at the health lead. That's a huge amount of meter. Nanako just holding all that meter out. Ooh, gonna chase down with the half shield. Wolf a little too slow, and Bayu is gonna find a bit of a life lead here, but. Again, the meter, a lot of defense on the Nanako's part to survive Bayu's opening, so it's very hard for Bayu to find like an advantage here. Really just has to find a clip of Tambourines, just keep finding those clips back to back to back. Alright, gonna use a half shield to react to the super, so that's a good thing. When the first one whiffs, you can just half shield the rest if you feel inclined to. Ooh, gets a little close there, so Wolf having to back off, manages to find a way out. And again, both these players just kind of sitting on their first health bar for a long time. Gonna see it get to the second half of the match, 90 seconds in soon. But very even game, very patient game. Gold Shield gonna dissuade some of that damage. And yeah, Bayu kind of just sitting on the edges, trying to find a way to dash in. Gonna get a bit of chunk poke there. Gold Shield comes out, but that isn't a cell hyper. Wow, I've never actually seen an Nanako's a cell hyper. It's gonna do a bit to Bayu, not as much as you would expect. I guess it is a cold one for the most part. Bayu only around like 100%, so I'm not sure if that was the full damage either though. But with that cell hyper placed, Wolf gonna get a bit of a life lead temporarily, but without meter, Bayu is gonna be able to trade back. However, gonna eat a lot of poke there trying to approach. Bayu taking some missteps, is now in huge amounts of trouble, getting knocked around by all these projectiles at the high heat. Bayu needs to find something soon. About 35 seconds left. Nanako has about half her health fully so far. A lot of meter to spend. Bayu really needs to find a lot of openings very quickly. It's gonna get a bit. Has the chase down. Can they keep finding these chaining in? Let's see. Very little health left. Wolf just needs a little bit more and gets it. It seems like a very tough matchup for Bayu. Wolf's Nanako is just completely stuffing. It's just very hard for Bayu to find an opening, honestly. I mean, Wolf's really just playing the matchup. You're doing the keep away. Okay. Round 3. Will we see anything different, or is Wolf going to be able to keep away Bayu for another 3 minutes of that? Okay, so did quite a bit of early game damage onto Bayu, forcing them at the high heat. They're going to be taking a lot of poke damage if they keep getting hit. Trying to dash away, doing a good job of avoiding these so far, so Bayu staying within striking distance for now. But these are getting tracking. Gets a little bit of a melee combo out there, so a bit of chip onto Wolf. But again, Wolf just always has the meter advantage, so it's just always in Wolf's favor to just back off, use the shield. It's got to be kind of frustrating on Bayu's end. You're trying to find something to work, some kind of clip. And even when you do, you just don't get that much because the shield's always available. You have to just keep painting them and eventually burn Wolf out of shields. Try and find that big combo then. But Bayu's just been unable to so far. Gold shield used to get rid of the projectiles, but Wolf is sitting on about a bar meter more. Bayu under half health already, much faster than last time. Wolf spinning on a cell hyper, could use to use it again, but he's going to use some Soul Super, force the gold shield, keep that meter advantage. Bayu is at high heat, so Wolf really just has to play clean. Keep trying to poke them and wait for Bayu to get chipped out. But any tambourine clicks, the Big Bay Bell finally going to come out, but Wolf should be able to avoid that one. Oh, has to use the gold shield to get in, so this is Bayu's chance to really make something happen. If they keep him in, can they get locked in? Half shield gonna come out, gonna get out of the Big Bang Bell. One more coming in, the small one, just keep that chain up. Oh, it's gonna whoop back around. That's huge, a big conversion for Bayu to get back in the game, staying on their winner's life. And we have a game again, about a minute left. Bayu has the life lead, has heat lead. Ooh, Tenri gonna find it. This is Bayu's chance to get on the board. Melee coming out. Wolf very low. Bayu really just needs to find an opening before Wolf gets their shield back. We're just trying to force it open. We'll see if a tambourine slips Wolf again. Wolf staying a bit too much in the mid-range and allowing Bayu to finally make some work happen. Oh, that's right. I think I gotta move that. 25 seconds left. I'll just let you know for now. I'll have to work on that later. Something's got moved around, sorry. But yeah, ooh, those projectiles are going to land on the Nanako. 15 seconds left. 14, 13. Bayu can kind of just sit here. The Nanako can't really approach. Bayu can just go for timeout. It's honestly safer. 7 seconds. 6, 5. I think we're going to see the timeout. There's no reason for Bayu to try anything. Nanako cannot play the timer. That is going to do it. Bayu is on the board. Maybe if I'll try moving it around. And then I'll have to look at the matches for now. Let's see. I think I moved this up like this, I think I did. I was gonna get a new scoreboard. We did not get around to it, so we're working what we did last time. We will have a new scoreboard for next time. I do have a friend working on with me for that. But yeah, game 4 now. Let me see how the other match stuff is going. Okay. So 30 seconds in, not much has happened. Let's face the game coming out again. Both players sticking on decent chunk of meter. Let me find some more. Okay. And then Lobby 2 doesn't have anything right now. Let me get these two going. Alright. So, Bayu at the second bar of health about. Gonna get a huge chunk out there. Well, has to shield out to prevent a huge chunk. Alright. So, Wolf playing a bit more away this time, not getting caught by Bayou's chip so far. So again, Wolf taking back control for game 4. A lot of things coming out, but Bayou is going to get in. Not going to get much out of it, unfortunately, but Big Bang Bell coming in. Can Bayou convert? Half shield comes out. Can they force more shields? Tries to get the combo in, forces the gold shield. One more going to land, another gold shield. This is Bayou's chance. Big Bang Bell coming in. Has to find this conversion if they want to stay in the game. Can they find something? Wolf dodging around, taking huge amounts of damage from the poke. Wolf managed, that's huge for Wolf to keep this life lead. Bayou probably going to throw another one and hope the shield works. Let's see. We're just kind of sticky for us now, waiting for a chip opening first. Alright, gonna get some nice damage there. Gold shield comes out. Can Bayou convert? Let's see. Trying to keep Wolf in the corner. Good bit of damage left. Of course, the Wolf on the second health bar, but these pokes continue to back Bayou out. But Bayou is staying in range, so Wolf has to be careful, staying within too close to Bayou. Bayou gonna close the gap pretty significantly now, and this is still very much a game. Bayou has some meter lead so far. About 20 seconds left, 25 seconds left. So Bayou has to keep converting, has to keep this pressure. Looking for the shields. Wolf gonna get hit there, but the projectile's gonna keep them safe. Alright, goes for a Desperation Tamarine, and Wolf pretty safe to just stick away. Bayou knows they have to approach, and that will do it. Wolf is going to take it 3-1 over Bayou. Yeah, names are swapped. I mean, that's just... You'll see. Bayou is the Saki. I'll try and switch that next time, my bad. But yeah, Wolf is going to advance. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Clubby versus Jobber is still going, I believe. I'm gonna check in lobby 2 real quick. Are they still playing? They are. Okay. Okay, who is in here? Let's see. So there's Sorfan, Goldfinger, Uvirus versus Walla, Mean Boy versus Mav, and Osiera just... Okay, so Osiera and Jobber can go now. These two... Alright, I know what I'm going to do for next match. We just assign these. Okay. Okay. Lobby 1, match 1. And I think I'll have, you want that to catch up a bit? Nah. Alright, we'll leave it for that for now. Okay, so we're gonna have Sonya versus Sir Anthony on stream. Two old heads that have not been around for a while, so we'll see how either of them show up here. Okay. They're supposed to be in here. Stations. Let's leave for now. Okay. Something got messed up because Goldfinger never arrived, it seems. I think, C lobby one? I think because it's full. All right, let me just work on something real quick. So Guvar's and Lawala are supposed to be in here. Oh, it's because I think Fush and Mindless started. I think Fush and Mindless started when they weren't supposed to. All right, so they're going now. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, so Sora is now in 1. So I'm gonna have to go to lobby 2 now because this is full. All right. Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm gonna have to. Okay. Wait, can I even go into lobby 2? I'm gonna have to make a fresh lobby. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's what happened. All right. I'm gonna have to like. Shit. Ah, man, why'd they do that? Okay. I guess because they're going. I'll just fix that later. All right, sorry about that. Okay. Peace. All right, finally. All right, let me see if I can swap these. And then this is winners round 3 now. So we have for Anthony on Sora and Sanya on the Hime. So classic not great matchup for Sora. Has to walk with these chains a lot if the Hime is ready, and it's getting a lot of big chain combos onto Sir Anthony here. Honestly, I haven't seen Sir Anthony for a while, so I don't even remember that they played Sora. But yeah, anyway, gonna find a way around the chain there, and actually has the life lead right now, so you would think otherwise, but I guess a lot of like the skirmishes has been in Anthony's favor so far, despite Sanya's first. Okay, nice little auto combo there. Gonna get around the beam, but it's gonna get covered by the knives. Sir Anthony just rushing with the shield. This is a bit of an opening there, so that's gonna be a big missed opportunity for Anthony. But you gotta find one there to get back and dodge the super. So Sanya a little trigger happy there, but has the meter lead, so never mind, not anymore. Get a force the gold shield. So pretty even game, very fast paced. Nice little auto combo again. One more of those will kill, but Anthony gonna find their way out. Big chunk of damage taken by Sanya there. I'm not even sure what hit them. This game is kind of sick, yes sir. So, both these players at very low life. And who is going to find the last licks? Sanya kind of stuck in the corner here, but if Anthony approaches wrong, they're going to get killed. Deep Trooper's going to come in. Ooh, gonna get caught in the circle of knives, and Sanya is going to find their way out. Most people are one-tricks in this game, I'd be honest, so don't expect a lot of switching, but at high level they could. Nice little chain to chain by Sanya, but it's going to get run down, and Sora's damage is just way too high. Actually going to win the trade for Anthony here. Ooh, gonna get some more flicks into that, but I'm gonna end up dropping it, and Sanya is gonna get bleed right back. Ooh, gonna get around the half shield, and look at this combo chain. Wow, literal combo chain there. Anthony just gonna get locked up in that high heat, and it's taking huge amounts of damage, and that's gonna do it. Wow. Big stuff from Sanya to really just destroy Anthony as soon as they got a misstep in. And Sanya up to a quick 2-0. Not showing any signs of rust with these auto combos now. Always possible. Sora has so much burst, but gonna get caught into the chain again, but Anthony gonna find a way around. Half-shield break is gonna help Sanya escape. And we're gonna see a bit of neutral here from both players. This is gonna land, but unfortunately not gonna be enough for Anthony to get in. Gold Shield having to expend. This is the melee there. Trying to find another opening before the chain comes out. It's a matter of who locks down the other first. Ooh, gonna get the max range about, but not much more, so Anthony gonna be out for a bit, but a bit of burst from Sanya. Max chain not gonna work there, but Sanya staying on the life lead there. Gold Shield expended. Sanya sitting at 3 bars a meter. This is gonna be huge amounts of damage. Big trouble for Anthony. Gonna have a bit of opening to get some damage back in, but the Gold Shield expended because of the leader lead. However, Anthony managed to take back the life lead there for a second with those melee combos. But it's a very high heat, so any bit of chip is going to do massive amounts of damage. Anthony really has to play perfect from here on out. Has a chance to take this game still with how much damage they've been dealing, but Sanya sitting at the meter lead. Anthony in trouble. Sanya does have Gold Shield available if Anthony finds an opening. Gonna have to use it there though, so Anthony has the meter lead again. Just needs to find a good opening, and they can take the match, but again, same for Sanya at this point. Anthony sitting at very low health, really has to make it count. Missile's gonna miss, but that's all it's gonna miss. Gold Shield comes out, Anthony gonna get out of there. Really just trying to find a way in with this positioning, but Sanya staying strong for now. A few more hits and we'll do it. Half-shield expended, gets in! Chain is barely gonna land, oh no! And Anthony is gonna get swept here by Sanya. Wow, that would have been very close. If that chain missed, Anthony definitely would have taken it, I think. But Sanya gonna get the clean sweep here. And that will do it for winners round 3 on that match. Very impressive stuff. Both these players very strong in the heyday, looking just as strong as they used to, I'm sure. But yeah, I gotta get back to lobby 1. Alright, we're gonna start some losers matches, and we're gonna stay on winner's side for stream. Let me go and assign these stations. Then okay. And I think I'll leave Glitch and Wolf for now, so Lucius can catch up. Okay. Sorfan versus Walla. Very well. So Sorfan won the previous double win tournament we did for Metallurge 50, so defending their title here against Walla. Walla has been playing Kyoko for a while now, to be honest, but yeah, this is going to be quite a difficult challenge for Walla here to keep Sorfan out, and we'll see if Sorfan can keep up their clash of momentum, or if Walla can play good defense here. Doing a good job so far at waiting Sorfan's approaches with these crystal walls. Generally how you want to deal with this matchup of Sora, as soon as she gets in, she can completely decimate Kyoko. So we'll see. Sorfan kind of struggling to find an opening so far. Walla really just sitting back in the corner. Gonna be able to stick away from Sorfan. Doing a really good job actually, holding the lead for now. Still winners round 3, so Walla defeated Crew Virus in the 8-9 matchup. Sorfan are 1 seed from the previous tournament, well, previous double win about 6 months ago now. I guess that's generally the plan of how these are going to be scheduled, these bigger ones at least, with the prizes. But yeah, Walla trying to take a game here. I mean, just really just keep up this momentum. Sorfan is not able to find much so far. Really just kind of dashing around, waiting for an opportunity to rise, but Walla just always has his shield ready. All this chip is adding up for Sorfan. He's really using these shields super well. Sorfan in trouble here, actually. Can they find a way opening, or is Walla going to get a surprise 1-0 so far? Sorfan sitting on a meter, but Walla has defense to spend. Shields expended. Sorfan trying to get anything. Finally gets something, but Walla still has shields 10. Can Sorfan find one more? Not able to so far. And has only a sliver of health left. Walla just needs a bit more, and they can take the match. Well, they can take the game, at least. Full shield expended. Just a bit more chip. Will do it. And that's going to do it. Walla takes game 1 over Sorfan. Okay, very clean from Walla to keep Sorfan out that whole time. Yeah, you guys don't switch. You don't forget about this BS. All right. Alright, game 2. Alright, Sorfan gonna find an opening right away this time, so a bit less funny business in. Really gonna be trying to deal with Walla's defense, just getting in immediately, doing what Sora does. Sorfan just needs a bit more. Can they keep it up, or is Walla gonna find some momentum back? Nope, that's gonna do it. So Sorfan quickly answers. Generally very exemplary of this matchup. Either you're going to see game 1 or you're going to see game 2. Walla is either going to Kyoko is either going to be able to stick in the corner, just prevent Sora the whole time, or Sora's just going to get in immediately and instantly blow up Walla. Coming from a Sora player myself who has done it many times, you are generally going to either be in and just completely 100-0, or you're going to let Kyoko to set up. I noticed Sorfan has played a bit patient game 1, and it just allowed Walla to set up momentum and just keep Sorfan out forever. So really has to try and play aggressive early here, but Walla is doing a much better job. Gonna get all his wall of crystals up. And Sorafan not able to find anything just yet, but definitely not out of it for now. While forced to use the gold shield. Lots more walls of projectiles coming out, banking out Sorafan, preventing huge amounts of damage. So much better start from Walla this time. I mean, you can't have a worse start than last time. So we'll see if they can keep it up. I mean, Sorafan is being prevented from getting these combos because of how many crystals are on the screen right now. And Walla doing a good job, just kind of like game one, but a bit more faster pace. Sorafan knows they have to be more aggressive here, but so many shields being thrown out. I mean, it doesn't help that the crystals share the same sound effects either, I guess. Just keeping these missiles away, keeping Sorafan away themselves too. And just trying to establish a wall of pressure. But as soon as that wall evaporates, Sorafan finds their way in and takes the life lead here. Oh, meter expended, and that's going to do it. The laser, Walla not ready for it. Does not have the gold shield. Sorafan going to take game 2 and reach match point here. But Walla holding their own so far. Very impressive to do this against Sorafan. I mean, Sorafan knows just finding good openings and just keeping all this pressure is, I mean, that's the hallmark of any good Sora player. So Walla doing a good job playing the matchup, but very hard to keep that up for an entire match like game 1. So we'll see if Walla can do it again. We'll see if they can force game 5. Otherwise, Sorafan will be moving on to face against Sanya. My game volume is probably a bit too high, to be honest. This should help. Okay. Anyway, Sorafan finding openings here, gets through the crystals. Walla has to find a way to back off, preventing all the shield pressure in. Huge amounts of damage for Sorafan to deliver onto Walla. Walla really needs to find a way to just keep this defense up. And out of shields here, Walla can just keep... Sorafan can just keep using these half shields. Meter expended. Gonna not actually follow up on it, so maybe a bit of lag preventing them from going in there and taking the match. So Walla has a sliver of life left, a bit of hope, but it's looking very bleak here. Sorafan really just needs one more hit. No, it was a desync. Alright, looks like we got desync. That makes more sense. Okay, I'm assuming Sorafan had to have taken that, right? Yeah, Sorafan took that. Yeah, because that was very weird that like Sorafan didn't follow up on that, so I'm assuming that game ended around there. Okay, still very impressive from Walla with that first game and staying in when they did. So good job to them, kudos. And we'll have Glitch versus Wolf. We'll get Wolf back in here. So very good stuff from both players, honestly. Yeah, Walla did a really good job, honestly. Considering that they're fairly new to Kyoko, they haven't been playing Kyoko for more than a year probably. Used to play Sora and K, but swap it to Kyoko maybe like sometime in 2025. So very nice. Was there a second desync? I didn't even notice the second one. Or are they talking about... I think that's... No, Sanya, you're going to be waiting for a bit. Losers have to catch up. So we're going to be streaming like the rest of winners from here. Yeah, it looks like we had some desyncs on the Bush Mine More matchup, unfortunately. Speaking of Mine More, I'm going to assign them to play against Sierra. Honestly, we don't really need to worry about space as much anymore, but we're gonna have these two start. All right, so this is the last round of winners round 3. We'll be moving to winner semis. Yes. Really, I should be saying this is winners quarters, to be honest. But whatever. Oh, they're going for the Nanako Ditto? Very interesting. Honestly, I'd argue a little disrespectful by Glitch, but I think they played Nanako before, so definitely can do it. How this matchup goes, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to tell you what's going on. I just know I can tell you who's getting hit, I guess. But I promise this is going to be the most exciting gameplay. Well, Nanako kind of just sits in the back, throws out a lot of her bits, a lot of projectiles, a lot of just knocking around, preventing characters from getting in, much like you saw when Wolf played Bayu earlier. But yeah, good luck finding out whose bits are what. Yeah, good luck. They didn't decide. They didn't think about the idea that two people would actually play this character. So you're gonna see. They don't actually change the color of the bits at all. You know, maybe if there's ever Saguri 3, we can tell Fruitbat or whoever to make alternate weapon colors as well. If there's a mirror match. But looks like Glitch is playing this more cleanly than Wolf. Wolf is getting hit by a lot more stuff. Both of them staying at high heat, so thankfully, when anything does land, they are going to be taking a lot of damage, so. Ooh, gonna just double super there. Wolf out of shield, so it does work, and gonna get just shot down. All right. Yeah, come to think of it, isn't Girly Owie just kind of like Yuri? What does that mean exactly? Okay, Wolf is gonna take a bit of time. That means I can schedule another match. So we'll get a bit of a break here. High contrast mode would have helped here. Well, don't ask me about that. We're going to see who's getting hit, I guess. Oh, great, they changed sides. Sorry, my scoreboard sucks. I'm going to have to do it manually. Alright, so now we have a red Nanako here, okay? You know what? You know what? Okay, maybe I was wrong. They did think about that. They did think of it. Okay, so now we can actually see who's doing what. I'm sorry to Fruitbat, sorry to Orange Juice. You guys did do it right. You just maybe something about like with the outfits they could have added extra colors as well. Maybe make it green. I don't know. I guess Festive and Nako with the same hair kept the same weapon color. Anyway, in terms of the actual match, not much has happened so far. They're kind of just, you know, still Kenny. Yeah, we're commentating in a security tournament. Shoot 'em up, fighting game. Woohoo! Nanako Gaming. Not many people see. Not many people know what this is. All right, gonna get around the Nanako Super. Gonna do it again. Wolf just getting around it, around Glitch's supers, but Both of them are around similar meter. Not anymore, but did. But yeah, Wolf just not able to find a way to hit Glitch. I mean, again, Nanako kind of just has to focus on dodging, and Glitch proving superior in this poke matchup. To be fair to Wolf, this is a bit of a mismatch. I mean, Glitch is the 2 seed for a reason. Very good player. And yeah, Glitch is going to take game 2 as well. Generally with this kind of game, our high seeds versus like the mid seeds is a massive gap, so nobody should feel bad in many instances. But yeah, our Glitch is playing Nanako color 2 specifically, the red one. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think many Nanako players know the Nanako matchup. Glitch might, so quite a bit of a knowledge advantage here, I have to imagine. Because I couldn't tell you what to do to win this matchup. You kind of just like, I don't know, honestly. I cannot tell you. I don't even see many Nanako myself. I don't really know how to deal with her normally. Just kind of like generic zoner. Dodge the stuff, get in, deal damage. But yeah, I guess whoever gets hit by more stuff, which is Wolf so far. Again, Glitch with a massive life lead, massive heat lead, just proving superior in the movement area here. Doing my best to save a bit of my voice today. Big damage onto Wolf. Super gonna land as well, out of shields. Glitch kind of just needs to find a super here before Wolf gets a shield back, or it's gonna beat them down with bits. Yeah, wow. Wolf just getting ran into by everything, and Glitch is gonna take in a sweep. Alright. 3-0 for Glitch. And we are now on to winner semis. So we still have Storefan versus Sanya, and we got Glitch versus Fush. And I'm going to... Should I just check on lobby 2? Give me a sec. Okay, those two are still going at it. Alright, good. Alright, so Sanya versus Sorfan will be next. Wait a minute. Okay. Fan. Update scoreboard. Okay, good luck. And then this is now winner semis. So prizes are for top 3. So yes, Sanya is back. Sanya has returned from a ban period, so they are back here playing. And we have Sora Fan this time up against Sanya. So another Sora for Sanya to deal with, but Sora Fan a bit more active than Anthony has been. So we will see if it goes any different. So far, quite a bit of an even game. Swordfan actually in the lead for now, playing a bit more patiently. But Sanya has the meter lead here. Gonna go for the beam super, kind of hoping for the hit confirm, but not gonna wait for it, so it's gonna whiff. And Swordfan has been opening here. Chain is going to miss, but Remember, Sonya does have meter lead again, so Sorfan has to be careful and try and force this out. But if you do that, you are getting chained up, possibly. Beam Super going to come out. Good dodge by Sorfan. Sonya kind of hoping for the hit for again, but really just kind of wait for it. Gold Shield expended. Breaks through it with a half shield. Another half shield coming out. Sonya getting chained up by these missiles. And really needs to start trying to use the shielding here. Gets a bit around it, but has very little life left now. And Sorfan kind of just dominating this mid game now. Gonna get ran around. Gonna miss the chain opening. Gonna look for it again, but it's gonna get hit by that time. Sonya waiting for the confirm. Tries to go into the super, but Sorfan rightfully backs out. And gonna need to find another opening. And gets it with the lunge there. A little too close to Sorfan. Gonna catch up and take game one. Sonya was actually doing a good job against Anthony with them, so this time has not been able to land them, but we'll see if they can make it work for game two. Actually switches to Saki here. Okay, interesting. So we're gonna see a swap to try and match Sorfan's aggressive openings. The thing about Saki against Sora is that Sora has to go in, so Saki can match the pressure and try and, because Sora, most of her pressure is going to be on the in the melee range, so kind of has to approach Saki and risk getting locked up by the Tamarines. So far, though, it is in Sorfan's favor. Tamarines being thrown out, not particularly landing so far. Both players just only have 1 bar meter. Ooh, those projectiles are going to prevent Sorfan from converting further, but Sonya unable to convert off of them. Getting a little bits of chips, the tambourine combos. Not able to find anything too substantial, unfortunately. Big Bang Bell coming in. Can Sorfan get around it? Let's see. Sonya trying to lock them up. Gets him into the Big Bang Bell. No meter for Sorfan. Big combos coming out. This should kill, and it does. Sorfan ran out of shield, and Sonya is going to find the Big Bang Bell conversions and get on the board with Saki. So, Sonya not allowed to switch unless stating so, stuck on Saki for now. Sorfan nicely dashing around those tambourines, get good melee conversions, takes the first bar of health, more half shields coming out, more lunges. Missile actually gonna be a confirm for Sorfan. Not even like launching it yet, just putting it out there. And we're seeing a big life lead for Sorfan already. Some tambourine dashes. Ooh, gonna get launched in the Big Bang Bell. This is Sonya's chance to make a lot of work happen. Oh my goodness. Sorfan gonna lose a whole bar of health and then some. So Sonya right back in the game with a very nicely timed Big Bang Bell. After it was looking all Sorfan to start off. And more tambourines coming out. Ooh, tambourine conversion, but not gonna lock Sorfan up. Another Big Bang Bell coming out. Sorfan has no gold shield for this. Has to get around with half shield. Sonya has one more chance to get them locked into this Big Bang Bell, and it does. Uh-oh. Sorfan taking huge amounts of damage into the chain. Sonya, despite it being cold damage, is going to get the loops in, and is going to just melt Sorfan's health. You cannot be too close to Saki looking for lunges when you don't have shield up, and Sonya is going to take it to match point with the Saki switch. Sorfan has to think about it, and it's actually going to be switched off of Sora, not working out for Sorfan, and is going to take the swap instead as well. Just try and force Sorfan, just unable to beat Sonya in the rushdown matchup. has to force out to someone playing more in the mid-range and zoning area. Gonna go for Samika instead. But Samika isn't necessarily long range, so Saki could still have openings to make something work, but definitely could be a bit more difficult with all of the feather stuns and locks and pain stuns here. But Sorfan not able to really lock down Sanya so far. Shields are exchanged. Sanya has the shield advantage here now, but unable to use it properly. Barrel's kind of just been throwing out. Sorfan throwing out a lot of projectiles, but none of them are really landing. So Sanya doing a good job of dashing around them. Looking for a statement win on the return tournament. Sorfan dash around again. Here comes the Big Bang Bell. Sorfan has a bar meter left, has to use a half shield, has one more available if it loops around, but it's going to be able to dodge it. So gonna get out of the Big Bang Bell that time, but Saki has more available with the supers. Gonna use Tambourine Super instead, get a big combo off Sorfan. On cold damage, can kind of just take that, wants to keep the meter, knows how important it is in this matchup, but Tambourines are gonna deal a lot of damage. Good combo conversion for Sanya. Beam Super gonna force a bit of nice trade, but has half shield after, so Sanya keeps the meter lead. More half shields coming out. Sanya ends up gold shielding here, so marginal meter lead right now. Marginal life lead for Sorfan as well. Barrel gonna get canceled out by the Tambourines. Gonna just keep running into these Tambourines, and Sanya's gonna find a chance to even up this life. Misses the super, but it's gonna run into Sorfan with it and keep up that pressure. So Sanya now has the life lead in this match point. More Tambourines landed. Manages to half shield the super there. Did we see a bit of lag there, or are we desynced? We are desynced, yeah. Okay, something happened there. Let's see. I got desynced. Yeah, something got weird at the end. Sorfan ended up winning that, actually. Interesting. Could have been both a desync. Might have to see a replay. Okay. Alright, we'll have to replay game 4, unfortunately. Looks like, yeah. Well, the problem with desyncs in this game is that you kind of just, both players getting wrong information, so neither of them know what's going on, so unfortunately the match is kind of null and void. So we're back to game 4 again. Same matchup this time. But this probably is a bit of advantage. This could be advantage for both players, honestly. I mean, they've both got their feet wet a little bit in this matchup for what they're doing now. Sorfan getting some more on Samika, and Sanya seeing a bit of what Samika has to do. But this time, Sorfan's stuff is landing, unlike the original one. So a lot of stun combos brought out to get a lot of damage onto Sanya. Sorfan is playing Samika, yes. Was forced off of Sora by Sanya's switch to Saki. But so far, looking much better for Sorfan now. Has full bar meter, has Sanya at half health already. And we're seeing a lot more damage out of the projectiles that Sorfan's throwing out. Has the shield to deal with this Big Bang Bell now. So kind of just half shielding around it. Barrel not going to land, so Sanya finding a bit of opening to get some of that damage back. But sitting on a bunch of meter. We'll see if they can utilize it, but taking a lot of damage while trying to find an opening. So Sorfan has a significant lead here. We'll see if they can close this one out against Sanya. Beam Super gonna whiff, but gonna get caught in the barrel, has to gold shield. Sorfan kind of just needs one more of those, just kind of just like to deal with that. Beam Super gonna land, but the barrel is going to trap Sanya, and that will be game 4. So Sorfan gonna force game 5 after all with Samika. but has to stay there without... Has to inform Sonya if they are switching. Or if they're going to stay with Samika. Yep, they are going to stay with Samika, so... Sonya has the chance to switch and is going to do so to Alti. So we're going to see quite a bit of switching now. Not something you see very ordinarily, but at high level, a lot of these players have experience with many characters, so... You're going to start seeing more switches to deal with the polarizing matchups in this game, so... You're going to actually see the lead with the beams instead of the machine gun, but still going to make it work anyway. Quite a different style of Alti than we are used to seeing with Mindless, so... Kind of just throwing out a lot of the beams to deal with Samika instead. Missiles are coming out now, projectiles all over the board. Gonna keep hit stunning Sorafan, but not gonna be a lot of damage. Oh, that's gonna be a bit of damage there with the full laser beams. Gonna try and run in with the machine gun. Gold shield used. Barrel is going to miss. Sonya keeping a small lead so far, with the knives are gonna deal a bit of damage back. Gold shield exchange. Gonna get the melee in. Both these players really just keeping a lot of positionals running around pretty quickly. But not a lot of heat on either player. Sorafan taking a bit of damage from the machine gun, but holding the meter. Got a bit of Hoop Super gonna come out for Samika. Allegedly a bad matchup according to Glitch. I would believe it. They are the Samika player here. But yeah, Gold exchange. Gonna keep running around, but Sonya is kind of running in with the machine gun and it's battering Sorafan here. So while it is going to bring Sorafan to game 5, unfortunately that is the disadvantage of having to switch and force off your character, because Sorafan kind of struggling to make something work on just a bit of Winter's health left, and gonna run out of the barrel with the gold shield and going to take it. Sonya is going to advance to Winter's finals, and we will see Glitch versus Fush shortly. So impressive work for Sonya to come back after several years apparently and take down Sorafan in a best of 5. This is the winner semis. Hold on. Yep. All right, so we just need to get Fush in here. Let's work on stations. And then, let's see. So we do this, and then, yeah, I'll keep these guys going then. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna push versus Glitch, and then we will continue going onwards. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Hold on. There you go. And then, I have to add these 2 descriptions, my bad. Alright, so you will now be seeing the challenge if you want to follow for yourself. Apologies for not updating that. I'm guessing Push is doing some some LARPing here. But yeah, Sonya now guaranteed at least third, so congrats on getting at least some sort of prize. And we'll see who is going to meet Sonya in the winners finals. So Push has been playing a bit of Saki lately, so it's going to keep that up and try and deal with Glitch's Samika. And like we saw earlier, this does seem to be a bit of a bad matchup for Saki, so we'll see if Push can make it work. Glitch has been beating Push quite a bit as of late, so we'll see if Push can pull it out here in this high-stakes match. So far, no one has really dealt that much damage, like, at all. Big Bang Bell gonna come out here, gonna see if they can get Glitch in there. Gonna throw out another one, actually, so Glitch could be a bit cornered here. Can Push keep him in? Nope, Half Shield gonna come out, so Glitch gonna get around Push's Big Bang Bells, but Push forcing meter out of Glitch, so gonna keep that meter lead, so could come in handy later. Throwing out a lot of projectiles there. Glitch staying on top to just rain down projectiles onto Push, but nothing substantial landed after a minute of play. Both these players sitting perfectly healthy almost. But a lot of meter exchange. Both supers are going to whiff. Bit of damage taken by Glitch, but again, very slow-paced match in terms of actual damage being dealt. Glitch starting to take a bit of chip now. Ooh, gonna get a bit close, but Deep Super gonna land, force a gold shield. All projectiles having to be dodged by Glitch. Sort of Push really just gets keeping around, keeping up this pressure. More meter exchanged, but that's probably in Push's favor, honestly. Try and find more openings. Keep Glitch low on meter. Beam Super gonna whiff, half shield exchange. Push trying to find a way in, gonna force gold shield, not able to find anything, and they're back at low meter. 60 seconds remain on the match. Meter player taking 2 substantial amount of damage. Glitch almost onto the second health bar now. Just lots of projectiles being thrown around, but not much actually happening so far. Gonna get caught in a barrel, force the gold shield out. Glitch now has the meter lead to try and do something here, but is not gonna land the super, so there goes that lead, but has a bit of meter ahead of Push. More beam supers thrown out, but just not landing onto Push. Trying to take advantage of Push's lack of shield, but isn't landing them. So Glitch on the back foot. 20 seconds left. Really, someone really needs to find a way to do something. Push can kind of just start playing the long games. Force Samika to go in. Gotta get Tambourine pressure there, and Push is pretty safe. Just try and time out here. Has a lot of meter left. Glitch really needs to do something. Gonna get battered down now, and that's huge amount of damage taken. And Push is just going to put Glitch out of their misery this time. And gonna take it to game 2 on a 1-0 lead. Was there no desync? I don't believe so. Nope. I guess Saki has some issues with, I don't know why, but either way, Push is on the board. So, very good gameplay from Push. Really just not getting hit by anything that Glitch was throwing out. Staying up. Both these characters are kind of unique in that they'd rather stay on the top of the screen because they have projectiles that are affected by gravity. So the beach balls and the tambourines will be raining down whoever is on the bottom of the screen. Big Bang Bell thrown out, but half shield's going to be used to keep around. Tambourine's going to try and keep Glitch in there, but Glitch going to find a way out. Barrel thrown out, gonna whiff, but Beam Super finally gonna land, so Glitch gonna get the health, get closer in terms of the health lead. Push still slightly ahead of that, gonna be running down into Glitch, but still not much landing. Tambourine gonna land, force the gold shit out. This means Big Bang Bell is coming. Glitch has no shield to deal with this. Trying to build up a half shield. Gonna try and corner Glitch, but Glitch gets the half shield just in time. Very, very fortunate for Glitch to have that meter available. Otherwise, that would have been a huge amount of damage with the double corner super. So Glitch is staying in the game for now, but is still down about half a bar of life. Gold shield exchange. Push can go for another Big Bang Bell if they please. But gonna go for the super, force the gold shield. doing it again. This time it's going to land. Glitch has no shield defense to deal with it, and that's going to be a huge amount of damage. All right, more shit dealt onto Glitch. Push has a significant lead now. Seeing these characters with different players playing them is a little confusing sometimes, but wow, gonna get ram the barrel and just instantly delete Glitch. So Push is going to take it 2-0 lead here. This is still best of 5 in winners. They are just checking on these things. I don't believe anything is happening. It seems fine. Great, they switched sides. Awesome. That's my favorite. Alright, let me just deal with the bracket real quick. Apologies. Okay. So, this time, Glitch has the life lead starting out. Top 8 is underway, so congrats to Mind More for finishing 7th. Reaching top 8 again. Sir Anthony and Walla on the other side. So far, Glitch having a much better start, actually having the life lead for the time being. But gonna get caught by Tambourine there, trying to save meter, but is gonna use it just to make sure that Push does not convert that. Gonna get ahead of Push there, but not gonna be able to convert. Alright, both players sitting on a lot of meter. Some stuff could start happening soon. Let's see. Half shield exchange, but not gonna work. Beam super traded for a gold shield. Glitch kind of just trying to be safe, looking to get on the board in this set. Beam super exchange, maybe just for the shield, honestly. I'm not sure, but not gonna land either way. Gold shield exchange. Push has the meter lead, so gonna throw out a Big Bang Bell. Try and force more meter out of Glitch. Gonna get caught by it, so force the gold shield, and now this could be trouble. A quick, smaller Big Bang Bell exchange. Tries to super into it, but a bit hasty. So a lot of meter wasted by Push. Gonna try one more time to make something happen. Glitch has no half shield for this, so are they gonna lock down? They are not gonna get around it without using the half shield. So Glitch is going to win that neutral interaction for now. Ooh, just dashing between all these laser balls, I guess, and the tambourines. Kind of just dealing with Push's slow chart here, but gonna get knocked into the corner eventually, so has to gold shield. Preventing combos from coming out from Push. The big damage burst. We don't want to see that if you're on Glitch's side. Alright, both players sitting at max meter. Well, let's see what they do with it. 30 seconds remain, so this is quietly turning into a timeout game. Currently in Glitch's favor, so Glitch might just be trying to play super safe here. Push, taking a bit of damage there, so Glitch is definitely taking timeout now. Not Torfan, oh my goodness. Push has to try and make something work. Meters exchange, nothing landing. Glitch has the defensive meter to spend. Gold shield used. Barrel. Push out of meter now. Gonna get knocked down here. It gets caught in the barrel, and that'll do it. So, Glitch on the board. We're going to game 4. Alright, doing a bit of a stare down. The good old Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan stare down before the match starts. Immediately back off and head to the respective corners. Love to see it. All right. So both players kind of just playing in neutral, waiting for an opening. Bit of damage taken by Glitch. Beam Super just thrown out there. Uh-oh. Bush has a chance to do something. Gold shield. All of these shields exchange. This is Bush's chance to make something happen. There it is. Gonna get a bit of damage there, and that's gonna be a bar of health in Bush's favor. So needs to find 2 more of those to take the set here. Glitch staying at a bit of high heat here, so we'll see if Bush can find some damage. Half shield used. Gonna successfully bait that. Tambourine just chucked at Glitch's face. That's gonna deal a good chunk of damage. Not ready to shield that or dodge. Barrel's just thrown out there. Both players probably gonna reach max meter soon. So they both just try and go for the melee supers, and because of that, they're both invulnerable, so nothing's gonna happen actually. And they're just gonna reset a bar of meter. Ooh, that's good. Knife's gonna save Glitch from more combo there. Half shields exchange. Tambourine used. Half shields exchange. Big Bang Bell just chucked out there quickly. Gold shield used. And Glitch is suddenly on their last bar of health. Setting up a nice combo there. Force the gold shield. Glitch, it could be in trouble, but Bush has no meter to force them into this this Big Bang Bell. About a minute remains. But Glitch is on the back foot here, having to deal with the life lead. Good melee super there, getting a bit of chip onto Push and forcing a gold shield. Barrel caught. Uh-oh, can't get out of this one. This is going to be big damage. And now it's suddenly anyone's game. Beam super used. More chip onto Push. Glitch chipping away here. Making it work. Both players kind of just waiting for the meter. It's about even now, but big chip damage taken by Glitch because of the heat. Beam super going to come out, but it's cold. Push has a meter to play with, but so does Glitch. But Glitch, any missteps, because they have to stay at high heat here, it is going to be death. Melee super thrown out, but not going to land. Tambourine should do it. Unfortunate by Glitch. Gonna whiff the melee super. Push's Tambourine is going to land, and that is going to put Push in winners finals. Congrats to Push. Yeah, that is very unfortunate by Glitch, but Push going to outlast and take Glitch down in 4. So the Glitch Hunter successfully deals with Glitch. Okay, question is, do I want to get to losers round 5 first? So I do this. I'm trying to think in terms of the stream what I want to do. So give me a moment. So Walla is going to defeat Sir Anthony, so it's going to reach losers round 5. Alright, I want to give Goldfinger a chance. So I'm going to actually do Swordfan versus Goldfinger for losers round 5. I think that's losers quarters. And we'll do it like this, I think. And we'll just have these two play at the same time. Alright, we're going to see our first losers match here. We're going to stick with the best of 5. So we're going to see Swordfan versus Goldfinger. So unfortunately, I didn't know who Goldfinger was, apparently, so we're going to see a bit of bracket buster there. Sorry for that. Okay. Yes. Okay, let me see. Is this Losers Quarters? Mini Sorfan and I'm sorry. So this is actually a rematch. These two fought earlier. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna wait for Sorfan versus Golffinger. Or is it Golfdinger? It is Golfdinger. My bad. Sorfan versus Golfdinger. I see. Alright, just gotta wait for Sorfan here. There they are. Yes. Yeah. It's only fair to showcase everybody. So we're gonna make this into Losers Quarters. Then we're gonna move to Winners Finals, and we'll go from there, I believe. So we're seeing the Sword versus Starbreaker. So I guess we do have high-level Starbreaker players. My bad, I guess. I mean, sometimes players come in from a long time, and I just have no idea who they even are, so... Anyway. We'll see how this cannon matchup goes. Big damage on the Sorfan. I mean, stuck this high heat. Starbreaker just making it work. Golfdinger getting huge amounts of damage. Oh, a big damage taken back. Golfdinger at high heat, so Sword's damage is going to do massive amounts. This game is not over. Big damage hit could have been taken out there, but it's managed to get away with just a sliver of life. Golfdinger has to be careful going forward, but is going to get ran down there. Trying to get some projectiles out. It's Sorfan going to make the comeback happen in a quick 1-0. Very precise to make that work. It was looking very much in Golfdinger's favor with that big burst damage, but Sorfan just able to burst them right back with even more ferocity. Bomb onto Sorfan, trying to run away. Gonna get ran down, but is going to manage to match it with these lunge loops here. Big damage for Sorfan against Golfdinger. More and more lunge loops, but these players just stuck at high heat for this matchup, so just very burst damage oriented, and that's all it's going to take. It's just another lunge loop, and that's going to be enough to take down Golfdinger. So a very quick set so far. We're seeing Golf get some good damage on the Sorfan, but Sorfan just answers back and more. Okay, we'll see if Golfdinger can get on the board, or Sorfan's going to make this a very high damage sweep here. Good start for Golfdinger, but is at the high heat, so remember, any trade the Sorfan finds is going to deal huge amounts of damage. Gold Shield exchange there, even just that like one half of like melee damage, gets Swordfan back into about even life, and yeah, it's just any opening that Swordfan finds just deals so much damage. Golfdinger is not the Gold Shield to deal with that. Gonna get ran down by Swordfan. Looking kind of bleak here. Mist is gonna come in, force Gold Shield. Swordfan just needs one more conversion, but we've seen the kind of damage Golfdinger can do. Can they keep it up, or are they gonna get ran down here? Just kind of getting caught with throwing a lot of projectiles here. Swordfan just runs in as soon as they get the opening to Gold Shield to keep Golfdinger alive. Gets around the super, staying alive for now, but is going to get caught by the beam super, and Swordfan is going to take it 3-0. Yeah, very high-paced matchup apparently. So good job for Golfdinger making a long run. Swordfan going to take them out, and we're going to be moving on to, let's see, we'll move to winners finals. Yeah. Do I want to move the winners finals right now? I don't know. So this is for 4th. Losers round 6 is 4th. Winners finals. Okay. Winders. This will be a best of 7. Let me just set this up. Alright, so we're seeing Saki versus Alte. Push has been playing Saki this tournament, so Sanya is going to answer with the Saki. With the Alte. So far, Push is in favor. I'd say this is a relatively new main, I guess, for Push, but has been making it work against the higher level, so that'll be a bit of a statement to finally break through. After having struggled a bit in the free tournaments against the higher competition, Push is making it work. We'll see if they can deal with Sanya's return here. So far, it is in Push's favor, but has the meter available. Gonna have to trade with Sanya's supers here. Alright, more exchanges coming out. Sanya just looking for these burst options, just run in there, get a bit of damage, run back out with projectiles. Kind of how Alte works, bit of hit and run play style. You're a zoner, and then you occasionally have some rust down burst with the melees and the machine guns. Just run in there. Deals exchange to keep Push's pressure off, but Push still having the life lead here. Just knocking Sanya away every time they try and enter. Push doing a good defensive job here, but Sanya eventually has the meter lead, so has the opportunity to make something happen with it. Again, another gold should exchange, but Sanya has another meter bar to use. Decides to just put a Searchlight out instead. Try and keep massive amount of pressures here. Big combos. Push does not have Gold Shield available until now, but Sanya has made a damage count a little too late for Push, and big damage being taken. The importance of the meter game just absolutely showing so far. Sanya staying down for a while, but eventually working out that meter, just take down Push, and Push taking huge amounts of damage, just trying to conserve meter and make something happen with it. But again, Alte just built so much meter that Sanya kind of just keeping up that pressure. Push unable to find anything so far to get them back in the game. Alright, shields exchange there. Push has managed to close out the meter lead a bit. But there's only 30 seconds left, so they have to work fast. Big Ben Bell used here, but has to force shield out of Sanya, or else it's not going to be much. gonna do a bit there, but taking damage exchange. Gold Shield has to be used, but that's gonna do it. Bush, just too much pressure to make something work. Sonya is on the board. This time is best of 7 though, so a bit more time to make it work. And Fush is going to hop off the Saki and go to Saguri instead. Interesting. So I can't say I've ever seen Fush's playing Saguri, honestly. Very interesting choice from Fush. Usually playing Mira or even some like other characters like Iru. We've seen Saki, Nath sometimes, but we've seen Saguri today. Gonna see if a more balanced character can deal with Alte's hit and run approach. So far, it does seem to be working. These sword waves doing a lot of damage. Bit of rush down pressure too from Saguri. So when Alte does run in, not helpless at all. Definitely can deal a lot of damage as well. A lot of shields exchanged. Bit more proactive gameplay, I guess, because Saki's kind of waiting for openings, but Saguri kind of just throws out stuff to make damage happen, and then converts off that. So far, in Fush's favor again, but this time the meter is not significantly in Sanya's advantage. Sanya, Gold Shield's a bit late there, hoping that they can hold it, but unable to. And now we're seeing Fush with the meter lead here. The sword waves doing significant amount. Ill-advised Gold Shield, I'd say, but shields exchanged about even meter, but maybe like 3/4 of a bar health lead for Fush, but that's gonna be taken out with that machine gun. Gonna be nice damage coming out. Sanya just holding the meter, needs to make it work later on. Gold Shield exchange, but now Beam Super. Unable to convert. One more shield is going to do it, but not enough to finish off Sanya. Gonna need to look for another conversion and gets it. Sanya not ready to Gold Shield there, or kind of just accepting their fate. And Fush gets on the board with Saguri. So we'll see how Sanya responds now to the Saguri pick. Gonna just run it back instead. Both players seem to be lagging a bit. I don't know if that's just because of the... No, it's not. Alright. Waited out the lag. That's good. Alright, a bit more patience so far from Sanya. Kind of just trying to poke keep Saguri away. Saguri has to play in the mid-range, so... Ooh, Searchlight gonna find Fush. So gets a bit of damage, but no further conversion. Gonna dash in, try and get a Searchlight out. Ooh, unable to keep converting, but half shields. Again, just another 1-2, but this time is going to get a full combo. Very nice half shield response there. Sanya in big trouble. Gonna just have to eat a lot of that damage. And this is a big lead for Fush. Really dealing with the Alte now on Saguri. Sanya really just trying to hold meter here, but this is looking way in Fush's advantage here. It's going to take a bit of a miracle to make this game work. Half shields exchanged, more meter exchange, but Sanya is out of defense aside from that Searchlight attached to their person, and Fush is going to take it. This is best of 7, so it's not yet match point. Yep, Sanya seeing the writing on the wall, forced to switch off now. Gonna go back to Hime. All right, nice combo starting out. Seeing the chain loops. Okay, unable to get a third, so gonna get knocked away by Fush, but it's gonna have the meter lead. Gonna run to the chain, but Sanya not ready for it, and Fush is going to get back into the life lead. Ooh, unfortunate miss. Gold shields exchanged. Sanya has to back off there, and it's a small lead for Fush so far, but we have a bar meter in Sanya's advantage. Alright, both players kind of just playing the neutral, building up the meter. chain lands onto push. The super is gonna whiff though. We're seeing push with a small life lead, but again, Sonya still has the meter lead. Push gonna run into a bit of projectiles here, but Sonya gonna get hit by the waves, the sword waves. Nice little conversion, but runs out of ammo, I believe. Either way, good trade for push. Half shield used, but it's gonna whiff, so Sonya is gonna find a bit of pressure there, but nothing further. Double beam super used, but gold shield is going to make sure that does not do too much damage. Knives kind of just being thrown out there, building meter. Trying to keep push away from these mid-range, but eventually gonna land the sword waves. Half shield exchange. He and Sonya are gonna have to back off here. Very important game for Sonya to get back into a new set. Gonna run down, chase push down. Push has no meter, huge amounts of damage. I guess that also forces push's heat as well, so almost a damage debuff. An armor debuff. Beam super gonna just wipe out push. Wow, just having that much heat. You didn't even see the bar go down; it just instantly evaporated. And Sonya is gonna turn this into a new best of 5? No, best of 3, I think. All right, push not backing down. Gonna stay on the Saguri. Yeah, so this is basically a new best of 3 now. First of 4. Competitive set so far. Interesting switch. Is gonna try and bait out instead, but go for a reset, I guess. I don't know if that was intentional, maybe just dropped it, but unable to convert. Last sword wave is gonna land, but gonna leave push open for a chain command grab. Beam super gonna keep push away. Heals exchange. Gonna keep using the shield, try and find an opening, unable to. Small lead for Sonya. Alright, push almost on second bar of life. Sword waves gonna force a bit of pressure out. Alright, bit of damage on the Sonya, but Sonya has a significant meter lead as well as the life lead here, so push has to be careful, has to try and bait out some of this meter. I'm gonna use the gold shield to dodge the beam super, but not finding too much. Gonna dodge the chain, thankfully, for push. A lot of half shields exchanged, but gonna dodge the chain with the gold shield. Gold shield also used on Sonya's end, kind of bridging that meter gap. But the health has not been in push's favor so far. Kind of getting knocked around by a lot of projectiles. Gonna miss on the chain. Beam super used to try and catch push, but unfortunately the half shield was used. Tries to go for a cheeky long range command grab, unable to land it. The projectiles are just doing a great job of keeping push out. Has about a whole bar of life lead, but still anyone's game, kinda. Push needs a... Okay. There we go, a bit of damage. Dodging the chain. Half shield used, but unable to land much. And actually, Push gonna find himself out of shield to deal with Sonya's super, but it's not gonna land fully, so not gonna kill Push outright, but Push running out of resources, gonna get knocked down. Sonya on match point. Welcome, welcome, Walla. Are we gonna see a last match switch? Yep, the mirror is coming out. Push's classic. Back against the wall, going to the comfort main against the Hime. So honestly, I'm not sure how this matchup goes. Tornado going to land, so going to see a bit of damage come out. but not a whole lot for it being super. That's what happens when you're at full damage, I guess. But either way, somewhat in Push's advantage, but is at higher heat. Gonna just try and keep teammate out. Does not want to get grabbed into these combos. Gold shield used to deal with the beam super. Sonya kind of hanging in there with a lot of pressure, but Push has the life lead. Beam super has been dodged. That's pretty big for Push. Needs to keep up on this meter end to ensure that Sonya does not find momentum to get back in the game. Alright. Super 4 gold shield. But Push's Mira is kind of just chipping out Sonya so far. Getting good amounts of damage lead. Sonya still has plenty to work with though. Beam super used, change for the gold shield. Back against the wall, gonna gold shield the chain, but still not too far behind on meter. Beam super used, gold shield used. Half shield's thrown around, just keeps himself safe. Ooh, gets caught in the cloud, gonna take a bunch of melee damage. Super's exchange. And Sonya is suddenly taking a huge amount of damage. Hold on. Big damage taken. Push has significant lead now. Alright, just gonna try and whittle Sonya out of defensive resources. Use these supers. Decent amount of damage, but the Beyblades are gonna keep Push safe and just take away more Sonya's health. Desperation super thrown out of meter, out of health. Push is gonna force Game 7. Winners Finals, Game 7 to guarantee top 2. Who is going to take it? Alright, so we're going to see Sonya go back to the Alte that was doing so well earlier to deal with Push's Mira. Who is going to move on to Grands? A Game 7, high stakes. Sonya caught in the cloud, taking huge amounts of damage early on. Push with a significant lead early. Tornado not going to fully land, so Sonya has a bit of life to start making some momentum happen. Searchlight going to be used, going to set up a little bit, try and deal with Mira's mid-range keep away game. Gold shield used to dodge a lot of meter just being thrown around, but not much actually happening out of that. Except suddenly all these projectiles land onto Push, and Sonya gonna get a nice, good old trade back. Gold shield used, very nice. Sonya keeping Push's meter down, so very much back in the game. Good, more chip damage taken. More and more of these projectiles just landing onto Push. Sonya trying to run them down with the anchor, but unable to convert fully. But Sonya has taken back the lead after the early momentum loss. Huge amount of damage taken. Push is getting battered around by these projectiles. Has less meter to deal with them. And it's staying at higher heat as well. Sonya throws out another searchlight. Ooh, big conversion. Force the gold shield. Now Push is completely out of meter. Sonya has a chance to force something here. Gets big projectile, big super, big combo into the machine gun chain. Push still on their last bar of life, but this has been all Sonya after the beginning. Push needs to make something happen, needs to try and play the slow game. Mira does not have a lot of burst option compared to Alte, but is also down on meter as well. All these projectiles just thrown around. Stuck in the cloud for a little bit, but Sonya has full bar. Gonna try and use super, not gonna land. Shields exchanged. More supers thrown around. Alright, Beyblades coming out here, looking for some momentum. Gonna dodge the anchors, gonna land there, gold shield used. Both players have a bar meter left to use, but 45 seconds left. Push has to take 2 whole bars of life if they want to move on to Grands. Gonna dodge it with the Beyblade Super Gold Shield exchange into half shield. Sonya has significant meter lead range now. Who is going to take it? Push. Trying to hang in there. Does not have much time. Running out. 25 seconds remaining. Push really needs to make something happen, but Sonya has all this meter left to use defensively. 20 seconds left. Sonya on about just a sliver of life left with all this heat. Has to make something work. 12 seconds left. Field exchange. Anchor done. Sonya is moving on to Grand Finals on their return. The switch back to Alte having the momentum. Sonya gonna take it in 7 over Fush. Congratulations to Sonya for reaching Grand Finals. And we will see Sorafan versus Glitch in a best of 5 to have the right to at least guarantee themselves top 3 in a prize and play against Fush. So we are back to losers semis. Back. Sorry about that. Alright, we're seeing the Nako versus Sora. So, Glitch staying on the Nako instead of going to Samika here. Bit of an easier matchup for Sora, potentially, but depends on who gets the momentum first. Being a zoner Nako can keep Sora out for a while, but if Sora gets in, there's not as much defense to deal with her. But you have all these projectiles thrown out, so trying to keep Sora at full screen, just batter her around with all this zoning. Fairly even game so far. Glitch has the meter lead, but staying at high heat, having to run around. If Sorafan does make something happen, it's going to be big damage, but Glitch has to just keep running around Sorafan here. Gas Shield exchange just dancing around Sora. Glitch gonna match this life lead now. Alright, Sorafan on the last bar of life. Glitch doing a good job of keeping Sorafan out so far. Meter gonna be used, Gold Shield has to be used. Sorafan just needs one more opening. Half shield used, final half shield, but not going to make something happen until now. Glitch getting battered around here, but is unable to fully convert. Sorafan really needs to find something here. Going to be dashing around, trying to get through, but unable to break through Glitch. Glitch just dashing around. Sorafan going to miss these lunges, really trying to get in range, but Glitch is going to be just outside and take game 1. And we're seeing Glitch announce the Samika change. We'll see how Sorafan answers. Sorafan is going to stay on the Sora to deal with Glitch's Samika. So Glitch actually to find a match. Went on to the Nako, but a bit too close to comfort. Sorafan kind of just missing a lot at the end there. Not going to be comfortable staying on it and going to go back to the Samika main. Feather damage thrown out, but not going to be able to convert further. Gonna be able to batter around Sorafan more, ensure that they do not get a conversion while in melee range. Pretty difficult matchup for Sora, I would say. I mean, you kind of really need to pick your spots well. The feathers are really going to be able to batter you out because they are ballistics. Can be hard to find your way in, but it's going to find something there. Force a bit of meter out, but Glitch is just sitting on a lot of defensive meter they can use. Should Sorafan find the opportunity to get in, just going to be able to shut those windows down. Big feather damage, no gold shield to get out of it. Sora fan running low on health soon. Glitch just kind of sitting on the big meter. Big melee super thrown out there. Glitch is just relentless in this pressure. Sora fan having trouble dealing with any of it. Beam super thrown out. Sora fan still alive, but looking kind of bleak so far. It's been all Glitch this match. Just a bit more damage. Can Sora fan find anything? Desperation, pixel of health. Staying alive for now, but just any hit is going to do it. Glitch is up 2-0 and on match point to move on to losers finals. Interesting, very interesting. So Sora fan going to Kyoko. So obviously gonna have to go for a desperation switch here, but for it to be Kyoko is very interesting. We'll see how this matchup goes. But immediately, Glitch is actually gonna go on the offensive and try and do some rush down here. Big damage from both players being taken so far, but right now it's actually in Sora fan's favor slightly. Gonna just try and stay back against the wall. Glitch taking a big amount of damage. Gold shield used, just trying to batter Sumika's, trying to stay in the mid-range. Dodging these feathers, just looking for an opportunity to set up. Glitch is taking so much chip trying to find damage though. Melee super used, but gonna be easily gold shielded. Sora fan just battering Glitch with all this, but they're both kind of just trading. Oh, big super from Glitch, gonna make it even. Sora fan does have the meter to back off a Glitch, but unable to find a corner. Gonna dodge the melee super, pretty big from Glitch's end. This is anyone's game. Can Sora fan get on the board, or is Glitch gonna be able to find a sweep? Let's see. Glitch has a bar meter to use here. Are they gonna be able to do anything with it? Big super there. Super's exchange. Yeah, so Glitch tries to find the bean super, but that gives just the right opening for Sora fan to answer right back, and they're gonna take it with Kyoko. So on the board, but Glitch has the possibility to answer here if they so choose. Okay. Sora fan not taking the chance, going back to Sora. So knowing that they cannot counterpick, they're gonna force themselves back to the Sora matchup. They're kind of forced to be able to take at least one match with the Sora, so gonna see if they can make it work. On the back end, after going down 2-0, Sora fan kind of has to keep matchups in mind, not let themselves be counterpicked. Just stay in the game, steal a game with Kyoko, and go back to Sora and try and make it work. In force game 5. So far, not much exchange from both players, but Glitch actually at the higher heat mark. Alright, neither player landing their projectiles too much. Gold shield used from Sora fan, just trying to stay safe, but Glitch is unfortunately going to miss that missed opportunity with the beam super there, so not able to keep the meter advantage. Beam super not going to do too much, so Sora fan has an opportunity here to start making some stuff happen. Half shield used, half shields exchange. Glitch going to run out. Gold shields exchange, but Sora fan not going to be able to convert with these half shields. Unfortunately, gets caught in the barrel. Oh no. But no super to convert, so not big damage, but gonna get caught again. Big damage, but nothing too crazy because Glitch is not needed to continue following up. And gonna half shield here, so some nice damage taken. Ooh, gonna just run them down, no fear at all. Just gonna stay with the half shield, but unfortunately, Sora fan's gonna get caught right after this should do it. Sora fan's tournament is over after getting caught in the barrel. Glitch is gonna take it 3-1 over Sora fan. And we have our top 3. Congratulations to Glitch, Sonya, and Fush for reaching top 3. That is going to do it. And we're going to be moving on to the rest of the best of 7s. Congrats to Glitch. They will be playing against Fush in the rematch. And this will be best of 7. All right, we're on to losers finals. It is pretty fun, honestly. A bit hard to learn, especially with it being a small amount of players, but if you are not already, you can always check out the challenge page and join the Discord. That is where the community is located. Hehe. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick before these last few matches, so we're going to take a bit of a break. Enjoy the BRB screen, I guess. Okay. Right back. Why am I so jittery? Whoop. Whoop. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, we're back. Apologies. Wait, is my... Oh, geez, my render delay's been on the whole time. Shit. My bad. Well, that sucks. Now I'm on point. Sorry if that's bothering everyone. Because of the way I set up, usually I would just like, yeah, you know. Fuck, that sucks. Okay, anyway, in terms of the bracket, let's see. All right, so we're kind of just waiting for a bit. So yeah, thanks for the support. If you are new or unaware, I'll mention it again on the challenge page in either the YouTube description or the pinned message on Twitch. That is where you can find our Acceleration of Security 2 tournament community. We run tournaments roughly bi-weekly. Every 10 is when we can every 10 is when we host a tournament like this from now on, starting with the 50s. This is our second Fruit Bat Factory funded tournament. So yeah, thank you to Fruit Bat Factory for offering the prizes to allow us to run these bigger tournaments. At least getting these incentives out. But yeah, it usually ends up being like Swifts or round robin. If we get enough, we'd run some more double elimination, but yeah. Does this tourney count for champion badges on profile? I have no idea. If are you talking about like the major champions? This is not a major. I'm telling you now, this is not these are not majors, I would say. Unless I don't know. I don't know what classifies as a major for this game, I'm not gonna lie. Back when the last major was run, I was not playing this game, and that was over 5 years ago, so some of these people have been around very long. If you're interested, I would ask whoever has been involved with that. Well, if you want a plushie, it's only like $60. I don't know. Anyway, losers finals: Glitch versus Push. Push going straight for Mira. Not trying to play around here, but Glitch having a bit of advantage so far. I believe the last major was either during COVID or before 2019, or like in 2019. Anyway, meters thrown out, but Glitch keeping the lead so far. This is best of 7 again, though. Gonna get caught into the barrel. Ooh, gonna be taking huge amounts of damage, but not quite 6 feet under. Gold shield to try and stay alive, but not for long. All glitched for game 1. Just grabbing something. Boom. Yeah, quarantine report. I think that was a major. All right, sure. All right, whatever. Gotta do a bit of technical checking. I wonder how many major champions are there. I think there's, I don't know, I think it might be 3. Possibly. I don't know if there, I think there might be someone else that has it. But there could also be like deactivated players that have it now. LB? I don't know who LB is. Did Jam ever win major, or they were just, I think they got 3rd or 5th. Forte. Yeah, I know some of the like high-level players don't actually play anymore. Including Triple as of late, but Triple never won a major either. I don't know. I don't know the old history of this game, honestly. All right, Barrel gonna be taking up Push immediately, but honestly, not gonna end up doing too much. Push are gonna maintain the meter lead. Gets the Beyblades out, but can they do much with it? Each player just kind of dancing around the other. Beam Super used to beat out Fush's dash. But Fush maintains the life lead so far. Beyblade's going to keep them safe during the super animation windup. Both players kind of just trying to establish mid-range pressure. Glitch stuck in the cloud a bit, but not going to do too much. And we're getting desynced. Okay, we desynced, but they desync? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, this is getting a little fucky. I mean, neither player had much of a lead, so I guess we were pretty safe to replay. I guess Glitch is having some connection issues. Hello, Golden Cream. Alright. We're going to do some more troubleshooting. Not yet. There will be carrots later for the regular stream. Right now, we're hosting community tournament on our own time. But yeah, if anyone's interested, I am going to be streaming later. I delayed from yesterday to tonight, so probably going to be playing Eugenics tonight. I'll relay at the end of the stream if anyone's interested, but that is unrelated to this. We got security tournament today. I don't think Glitch is here still. Let me see the Discord. Let me check in Glitch. Alright, bye Phil. Or Flair. I don't know. Sometimes this game has connection issues, unfortunately. I think it is peer-to-peer, so... Oh. Well, Glitch is back. But Push is gone for now. Gonna restart. Alright, we're gonna take a bit of time before we get into game 2. Okay, everyone here? Third time's the charm? Alright. Go ahead. $136 MS. Oh boy. I mean, we're gonna have to see them try their best in this slightly laggy gameplay. Gonna see the melee super come out, so Push has a big lead now to start out. Very nice start. This definitely seems a bit choppy though. Come on, game, hold on. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Super is being thrown out. Alright. Push has the life lead so far if we're assuming there is no desyncs right now. Has the meter lead as well, so just trying to keep Push out, but seems like they're still holding it together. Painting the Beyblades, keeping themselves with high pressure here. Glitch kind of just getting battered around here, not able to find too much against Push. Kind of reminiscent of the first game, except for the other angle. Alright, melee super. Big damage, big combo. Gonna try and loop again. Half shield used. Beyblades coming out. Trying to take out Push. Trying to take out Glitch here. Only a sliver left of life left. Gets caught in the barrel. Has the gold shield available. Waiting for Glitch to make a misstep. And is gonna get hit by the knives here. Push back on the board. Alright, so pretty equally dominant on each end. You can both see them take a pretty dominant game. And no issues there, aside from maybe some lag, so it's going to be counted. I suppose that's just how their game goes. Sometimes there's a worldwide game, so you're going to be playing players across the oceans. Alright, bit of neutral damage just being thrown around there. It's very hard to keep up with though because it's gotten very choppy as of late. Beyblade's thrown out, Beam Super going to land against Push, so Glitch has the life lead this time. Tornado Super going to land, but not actually deal damage. That time it does though, not able to follow up however. Alright, getting locked down by the feathers, has to gold shield to get out of it. Gonna get a nice bit of gold loops, melee loops, while Glitch is still stuck in the ice cloud here. Kind of left immobile for a while, and Push is gonna use that to get roughly back even. Gold shield used from Glitch, this could be trouble. Push can start battering around with the Beyblades. Bouncing blades, gonna whiff, but Push maintaining pressure, maintaining meter lead, forcing meter exchanges with the supers. Ooh, tries to get a cheeky level 1 in there, but unable to continue the pressure. However, Push does still have the life lead here. Ooh, gonna eat that full bouncing blade launcher. Alright, the slab projectiles from Push coming out. Beam Super gonna whiff. Meter is about even on both sides. Beam Super gonna thrown out. Gold shield used in exchange. Another round of Beyblades coming out. Poor Push. Barrel thrown out. Is that gonna land? Ooh, it has to dodge down. Manages to dart around it. Glitch stuck in the cloud for a bit. Beyblades are thrown out. Glitch is running low on health, but Push not too far behind. Not too far ahead, I should say. Ooh, just a lot of projectiles between throws. Gets caught in the barrel. Manages to convert, and that's gonna put Push 6 feet under. Gets caught in that coffin there, and didn't look like Glitch was going to be able to take advantage being stuck outside, but it lasts just long enough for Glitch to steal that game. I thought Push might have been able to get away with that one, but unfortunately for them, Glitch had the meat super ready and was able to full convert. Alright, new barrel thrown out. Push generally being the one to go higher heat at the start. Gold shield exchanged, but no one's really taking a whole lot of damage until now. Glitch is being caught in the tornado. Gonna take a good chunk of damage there, but barrel gonna be landed, forces a gold shield. Glitch has a bar meter to use. Glitch eating quite a bit of projectiles, gets caught in the cloud there as well. Barrel used, has the gold shield. Glitch has significant meter lead, but is down a bit on life. Alright, Beyblades are coming out here. Beam Super used, but misses. Now Push has the meter lead. Has significant life lead as well. Glitch starting to take some damage. Push getting battered around back, but melee Super's going to come out. ensure that Glitch stays down for now. Half shield used. Does not want to get hit by those feathers at the high heat. Ooh, big chunk of daggers thrown out there. Glitch is taking a lot of chip damage. Beam super used, gonna force push onto the second bar. Tornado tried to use for response. Both supers used out, but push takes a lot of damage there. Looking to try and get back momentum. Alright, gets the Beyblade dash. Gold shield used. Another round of Beyblades out. Push. And Glitch does not have meter to use to get out of this. Gold shield used, but Glitch very low on health now. Beam super used. Gets pushed the last bar, but Push is gonna just dart through, throw some daggers around, and is going to snipe Glitch out and even up the series. Very competitive final sets we have. Gonna be joining a bit late. Okay. Round start, they're kind of just trying to see who establishes the momentum first. This time it's going to be Push with those melees. Just throwing around all these daggers, trying to wait for Glitch to get caught in the clouds. Tornado is going to land, force a gold shield. Push using that to establish melee mid-range pressure. A big combo coming out here. Glitch not wanting to use meter to get out of it, but going to deal a lot of damage. Barrel use, okay. Push going to gold shield out of that. Alright, both players saving a lot of meter here. Beyblades are going to start come out. Try and force that out. Tries to snipe with the Beam Super, as Glitch has been, but missed that time. Gonna land something there, force another Gold Shield themselves. Melee Super gonna come out onto the combo. Gold Shield comes out a bit late. I think they just got it, so only preventing some of the damage on that. But Push has the meter lead, gonna get the Beyblades out. Glitch does not have Gold Shields to deal with it. Gonna have to wait for another one, but Push just has significant meter life lead here. Yeah, just maintaining momentum now that we're out of this choppiness. Gold shield used. Glitch just unable to find much now. Push looking to take match point. Well, take it to match point. Half shield used to dodge the beam super. Very nice. Has a full bar meter to use. Gonna just try and combo into the melee super. Not gonna land, so throws out the Beyblades. Has another bar meter to use as well. Tries to catch it with the tornado, but misses. So Glitch has a bit of life left. Has a meter to stay alive with. Feathers are being chucked out, but both players darting around each other. About a minute left, but Glitch is running out of health now. Melee try to use. Feather's gonna keep push out. Has to resort to the Beyblades again, but has a full bar meter. Goes for a tornado again. Gold shield thrown out. Can do it again, or just stay around with these Beyblades. Hope something lands. Does go for it, but does not land. Glitch staying alive. 40 seconds left, but all those knives, gets caught in a cloud, just fucking stabbed to death, I guess, with these knife throws. And Push is up 3-2. Yes. Will Glitch try something else? Or are they going to stay with the Samika? They are going to stay with Samika. Does not really have a better matchup to deal with Mira, so don't listen to them. Samika. Okay. Alright, so Push this game away of forcing rematch against Sonya. Glitch needs 2. Barrel thrown out there. Bit of damage onto Push. Barrel thrown around, but gonna use the tornado to dodge it and force a gold shield. So very nicely done by Push with that timing. Another tornado coming out. Glitch does not have the gold shield to dodge, but it's gonna get bounced out. So no further conversion. Glitch needs to find some momentum to get back into this set. It's kind of been all Push for a bit now. But so far, fairly even. Nice beam super, but Push now has the meter advantage. Going to be able to follow up on that tornado into another super. So super in the super. Going to force Glitch onto the second health bar just about. But big damage taken for these feathers. Half shield used by Push. But Glitch has maintained the life lead now, so fighting back. Barrel used, forces the gold shield. Glitch now back in about even for meter, but uses the beam super to try and get some damage. But melee super coming back right out. Both these players kind of just trading back and forth this game. All right, beam super for gold shield, but it's gonna get that important chip. Gonna gold shield out of the melee super, so gonna dodge that super as well. So both players back at near 0 meter, about almost even life. All right, dashing around here, forces gold shield, pretty nice to keep Push's meter down. Very important for Push to have some kind of way to garner momentum. Daggers being thrown around versus the feathers here. Close to a minute remaining. Both players close to their final bar of life. Supers exchange, but big dash in with the Beyblades. Gonna establish Push on top for now. But Glitch is going to answer right back. Gold shield used. Both players on final bar. Melee super gonna whiff with the gold shield, but Glitch has the super. Gonna look for another one probably. Really trying to fish for it. Beam super comes out. Does not land. Glitch out of meter now. Now it's Push's turn for the meter. Gets the super off. Glitch stuck in the cloud. Gonna be in trouble here. And it's gonna get combo to death. Gets stuck in the gold cloud. And Push is moving on to grand finals. Congrats to Push. Congrats to Glitch for 3rd place. Push is going to be playing Sonya. Maybe Saki also. But yeah. This is a long, long tournament. Congrats to Push. It is now grand finals. All right. Winner's side and loser's side. All right, Push is going to take a bit of time. Understandable. I mean, this is the full double elimination tournament. These take a while. Takes roughly 3 hours. I mean, that's about standard for a tournament like this, I would say. When it's, you know, like you got 20 people, about double elimination. Roughly amount of time. Just, we're not very used to that. I guess we run like, because we usually have the smaller scale tournaments. But yeah, grand finals. It will be best of 7. Push is on the loser side, so Push has to defeat Sonya in 2 best of 7s, or Sonya just needs to win 1. Okay. They're gonna button test real quick. We don't need to watch this. They're gonna just be running around. This is the first set, so this has to be blind. Good luck. Grand Finals, Bush versus Sonya. We're gonna see the Nath come out against the Alte. Interesting. Okay, so Bush going for Nath right away. I don't know if it's come out at all this tournament, but we're gonna see how it deals with Alte. So far, it has the level up available if they plan to use it. Alte's meter not too important, but gonna get some good combos there. Push not wanting to level up, gonna just wait for it. Well, not wanting to gold shield because they want to level up. So the way Nath works, if you're unfamiliar, they have 3 levels, so they are like a charging up character. You need a bar meter, and you will activate the next level up to level 3, which Push has reached now, and enables board for moveset to become more powerful. So you're kind of sacking a bit of your early game for this late game pressure. But Alte has the life lead right now. Has meter as well to deal with this, but we'll see if Bush's Nath can do it. Speed Super's being thrown out, but just shields to block a lot of Alte's stuff. Bit of trouble for Sonya to make much work with Alte right now. I mean, ever since level 3 came out, just throwing out shields, doing this keep away game. Super's coming out, chipping away at that lead. Has big amounts of meter as well. Both players sitting at 2 bars about. Gold shield used, half shield used. Trying to run down Push. Gonna get a good amount of damage and eliminate all of Push's meter. Goes for it again, not landing it. Alright, gonna block the super. Push kind of be throwing around, 70 seconds left. Super is going to come out. Gold shield comes out a bit late. Kind of just dashing around these anchor dashes. Half shields through, finds a beam. Gets another one. Just staying around. Push Sonya's advances, but Sonya going to find the super and get a full combo. Wow. Very, very nice full combo from Sonya. Great find, and they're going to take game 1. Sonya gonna stay on the Alte. If Push is actually gonna stay on Nath as well. So we'll see if Push can try and get this level up sooner. Was unable to get past the deficit earlier. Throwing a lot of punches. The super's not gonna land, but the machine gun does. Push gonna stay around, start throwing out more punches. Just a lot of keep away. It's very hard to approach Nath, even at level 1. Very strong melee. Looking for a level up opportunity, maybe? We're just gonna stay at level 1 for now. Sonya taking a huge amount of damage from these projectiles. Gonna throw out a super there. Here comes the level up, level 2 activated. has much longer melee range now. Machine gun, fully dodged. Gonna use half shields, exchange, gold shield, caught by Sonya, so some nice meter exchange on Sonya's end, but is down on life. I think this might be level 3 already. Am I wrong? Maybe Fush managed to level up immediately? I think so. Maybe you can level up multiple times at once, I'm not sure. Anyway. Projectiles being thrown around here. Nath can prove pretty oppressive in some matchups. Looks like they can definitely do it here. But Sonya has been holding their own. It's a roughly even game so far. Tries to get combo into the super. Does a good amount of damage, but not what you would like to. Alright, shields exchanged. Nice little anchor from Sonya. Sonya about a bar left of life. More melees thrown out from Fush. Tries to combo into super, but Fush has gold shield available. Sonya no shield left. Gets a half shield back, but just a few more hits. Gets caught by the projectiles, and Fush is back on the board. Alright, Fush is going to go straight for Zaguri. No more Nath for them for now. And Sonya is going to answer with Hime. A lot of character switching between these top players. Alright. Sonya with a good start here. No gold shield available, so nice damage onto Push. Beam gonna land. Push, and Sonya just doing nice poke to Push here. Dashing around, looks for the chain, does not land it. Has some meter to spend, goes for the half shield. Sonya decides to just take the damage instead of opting for the shield. Wants to keep that meter advantage, get some momentum. Pass the gold shield there. Here comes Push. Push getting a huge amount of damage in. Sonya trying to hold meter, but Push is just doing too much damage with all these times they're catching Hime out here. Alright, so Sonya has a lot of meter to play with, but gonna have to find a way to use it to get back in the game. Throwing out some beams, getting small amounts of chip, but yeah, just trying to combo beam to beam, forcing gold shield out of Zaguri until you have enough to start making some pressure happen. But as many times as these chains are being dodged, it gives an opening for Push to make some work onto Sonya. Chipping away at the lead, but is it going to be enough? Sonya does not have much health left at all. Beam's gonna whiff. Nice little sword waves. Just needs a few more. Yeah, Sonya is accepting their fate after missing the beam. Not much left to do. Just too much to come back from. Fush has taken the serious lead so far. Is gonna stay on Zaguri. Gonna stay on Hime as well. Nice little start from Push. Alright, continuing that pressure. Sonya already in a bit of a hole. Alright, gonna find these little beams as well. Finally taking a good amount of damage, but stop the bleeding for now, trying to establish some neutral. Alright. Multiple shields exchanged. Sonya trying to hold on to meter, but Push just battering them down. Push Zaguri is just going all over the Hime here. Alright, more sword waves coming out. Sonya's sitting on a lot of meter, just trying to throw out a desperation super. It is far too late to get back to the life lead. Needs some kind of huge amounts of momentum, but I'm able to find it. Bush has been just dominant this game and last so far. Sonya not able to find many openings, just getting darted around and shot many times. So match point for Fush to reset the bracket. Gonna stay on Saguri as well. Gonna stay on Hime. So we'll see if the Hime can bring it back. It's a 3-1 lead for Fush going into grand finals. Alright, Torii momentum, decides to back off as well. Goes for it again, gets some more damage out. Chains just being thrown out, but not landing at all. Sonya finding a bit of damage left. Nice little beam there while the high heat is coming out. Gold shield used. Sonya needs to start using some gold shields, try and play this defensive game, trying to be greedy with these meter, but it's just resulting in too much momentum for Fush. So far, Fush is maintaining that momentum, but nothing too substantial so far. Beams being thrown out. More blades. Gets a nice little melee hit there. Dodges the approach from Fush. Fush has a small meter advantage. Gold shield use, so Fush has a bigger meter advantage. Trying to find something. Gets a nice little super. Gets a good combo out of it. Shield's gonna land. Baits the chain. Gets some more damage off. Fush maintaining this momentum. Looking to reset Grands in 5. Trying to get back in. Gold shield thrown out, but chain is not gonna land. Fush getting back in. Can they do it? Fush going one more. Sonya has nothing left. And Fush has reset the bracket. We are going to grand finals reset. Okay, one moment. One Fush. Grand reset incoming. Okay. All right, good luck to both players. This is the last set of the day. Fush has brought Sonya into losers, and we are going to be seeing a reset match. Gonna start off with Nath again into Alte. Same blind as start. Yep, everyone has lost at least one set now. Oh my gosh, just keep going right into the punches, but unable to find anything. Sonya, the momentum is still maintained by Fush. Sonya having trouble really just even getting Fush to the second bar of life. Fush showing generally why they are considered the #1 player around right now. Kind of lost it by a bit when they were losing to Sorafan back in the 50th tournament and switching to Saki, but Fush reestablishing their dominance. But Sonya, coming back to the game, has shown very high resilience against these high-level players, despite being fairly relatively off practice. So I'd look out for them as well. This is very impressive from both players, the runs they have made to get here. So far, the lead is in Fush's favor. Nothing too crazy so far, but it is getting there. Sonya taking a lot of chip damage here. Gonna dash around, get the invincibility with the summoning of the Searchlight here. Super's gonna miss, trying to get some pressure there, gets the gold shield out. Gonna try and keep maintaining this mid-level, midfield pressure. But shield's kind of preventing Alte from doing too much. Alright, 90 seconds left about. Kind of just darting around anything that Sonya's throwing out. Nice half shield to force a gold shield from Fush. But meter lead still in Fush's favor. Alright, Sonya taking some significant damage now. Gold shield used to block the super. Tries to anchor through the shield, but it's not going to work. Just getting tracked by all these projectiles here. Alright, nice little trade from Sonya, but needs a lot more than that to get back in the game. You keep getting battered around by these big arms, and that is going to do it. Just getting swatted by Fush. Fush taking it 1-0 and officially has the lead in the set. And it's going to go straight for Saguri again. Sonya this time is going to stay Alte. Seeing that Hime did not work at all. Gonna try out the Alte here. Needs to find some way of momentum. It is currently 5-1 in Fush's favor, so gonna see what can happen now. Machine gun will miss, but it's gonna get it on the second one. Decides not to follow up. Maybe a little hesitant. And Fush is gonna get that damage back. Alright, nice little anchor coming out. Alright, just keep chaining these beans out. Gets the searchlight. Sonya looking to have some way of momentum so far, but Fush is going to find it right back. Ooh, Swordway is going to batter Alte's approach out. Alright, nice little trade from Sonya, staying with it, but just forcing a lot of these shields out. Anchor going to go right into the Swordway's gold shield use. Alright, Searchlight has appeared. More machine gun fire. Half shield used. Half shields exchanged as well. Fush has about half a bar of life lead. Meter is about even. Anchor going to whiff. Gold shield used. Uh-oh. Sonya could be in trouble. Running out of resources here. But forces the gold shield as well to stay with it. But Fush gonna find something. They're gonna try and exchange melees, but Fush doing a good job of darting around it with the shields. Maintaining this pressure. Has a full bar of life lead now. Ooh, runs right into the machine gun fire, but the Anchor's gonna whiff. Some half shields exchanged. Alright, another gold shield coming out. Sonya has an opportunity to try and make something happen with the super. Just needs to force another gold shield. Really tries to go for it with a half shield there. Does not land. Really trying to go for these long range hits, but it's just too far. Maybe a little desperate. Goes for it again. Tries to cancel the searchlight, but Fush is definitely ready for that one. Deals another half damage. Half bar of life. About a minute remains. Fush can play this slow or just try and keep maintaining against Sonya's pressure here. A lot of missiles being thrown out now. Gold shield use. Gonna get caught. Fush is gonna catch him after the half shield, and Fush is going up 2-0. Really surprised Sonya hasn't used the regular panels, only spams laser with SLP. I'm not really sure what you mean by the panels, to be honest. But gonna try and stay with it. Alright, machine gun fire right away. Gonna land the anchor that time. But Fush's answer, it's gonna be even more damaging. Trying to let themselves a bit open after the initial opening. Anchor gonna be nicely landed, but Fush gonna find a way right back in. Half shields exchange, but Fush unable to convert. So Sonya staying in line for now. Half shields exchanged again. Fush continuing to up this pressure up with Saguri. Trying to chase down the Alta here, preventing Sonya from finding much momentum. Ooh, that was a very nice laser to open up that conversion there. Anchor's just being thrown around by Sonya, but Fush is winning these trades pretty hard. Ooh, just kind of whiff with that, but both players kind of cold here, so not huge amounts of damage being thrown out. Kind of a bit of a slow burn for these trades, but Fush has gotten Sonya to the last bar of life, threatening match point. Alright, half shield used, looking to get in. Gold shield used, just more anchors away, but unable to find anything. Just keeps trying to dart in, but Fush expertly just dodging around all of it. Alright, baits out the half shield. Unfortunately, does not bait that one out. Gets hit by that, but has the meter lead. Tries to do something with it, but does not. Half shield's used, but Sonya is out of defense. Gets hit by the machine gun, however, so Sonya not out yet. More machine gun fire. Push, just trying to maintain this mid-range pressure. Ooh, catches them there. Goes for the kill. Does not land it. Keeps missing these. Has a bit of health left remaining. Goes for it there. Sonya, very nicely done with those shields to stay in the game. But the Sword Wave is going to do it. Pushes up 3-0 now. We're going to see match point here. Looking way more dominant than their first matchup initially in winners. Alright, Sonya gonna go keep trusting the Alta here. We'll see if they can get on the board. Hime wasn't working, Alta wasn't working, so just gonna try and do whatever they can to stay in against Bush's Saguri. But we'll see if Bush can pull off the sweep here on match point. No more mistakes available for Sonya if they want to stay in the tournament. Alright, Anchor gonna miss. Bush getting a nice little start, the opener. Alright, Sorby's gonna miss. Gets another little Anchor in there, but Sonya's trades just have not been able to be finding much damage at all. Really only getting these short bursts of damage, but Bush is always answering back with like double that. As well as winning about all these meter war trades. Darting around these anchors here. More sword waves thrown out. Oh, you're talking about the searchlights. I see, I see. Maybe they just don't find much point in it. I mean, it's kind of just like extra pressure, but Push would probably dart around it anyway. Anyway, closing the gap a little bit with these trades here. Go, gotta find the Anchor at max range, and that's what Sonya's looking for. Big damage. Gets her out with the half shield, but Sonya has taken the lead here. Gonna try and prevent a sweep here. Ooh, gonna just be out of that range. But gold shield exchange. Sonya still has the meter lead. Needs to find a way to close out this game quickly. Does not want Push to get momentum back. Unable to convert. Gets a little bit of Anchor there. Gonna allow Push to get a bit of a trade here, but Push has meter now. Nice Anchor there. Needs one more about. Half shields used. Half shields exchanged. 2 bars of meter for Sonya. Gonna go for it, but a bit desperate there, I think. Needs to be a little more patient with their spots. Gold shield used. Push has openings to get back into this. Sonya has to be feeling the pressure now. Gold shield used. Push out of meter. Tries and lands the Anchor, but does not do it so far. Can Sonya find it? They do. Alright, Sonya on the board. There will be no sweep. Hello. Alright. So Push is gonna counter pick Neth here. Alright, they're just trading melees. Here they go. It's like Beyblades right now, just charging into each other. But Sonya finding a bit more damage out of that as well. So nice little trade there. Gonna get out of it with the super, so probably worth it for Push, but gonna have to start dodging a lot of these projectiles. Big damage coming out, forces the gold shield. Sonya starting to show some signs of life here. Dodging these big arms. Big arm used again. Gonna whiff the super though. So Push has the meter advantage right now. Seemingly staying at level 2? There's level 3. Alright. Alright. Gonna dodge those anchors. More shields to be thrown out. Sonya is looking for an opening to get a burst window, but Push so far, dodging around it for now. It's about even. Gold shield used, more supers exchanged. Beam used into projectiles, big damage taken from Sonya. This is their tournament life. Every game is an elimination game now. Ooh, gonna eat all those reflectors from the shields. Gonna get caught by the command grab super. Has about half a bar's life to bleed. Sonya not out of it, but kind of has to play pretty perfect from now on. Searchlight used. Gonna see if they can get some pressure in. Gets the gold shield out. Tries to keep momentum, but it's gonna get knocked away. Gold shield used. Just desperation to try and get this momentum back. Reestablish themselves. Gold shield coming out. Nath has another super to use if they want to. See if Bush can close it out here. Beam super comes out. Maybe a few more of those. Ooh, gets caught by the shield. Boom super gonna come out. Not gonna deal enough damage. 40 seconds remain. Sonya looking for anything. Gold shield comes out. Tries to dash in. Does not find Bush. Bush staying away. Using the keep away. Sonya forced to try and rush in. Has the life deficit. Beam super gonna miss. This is Sonya's chance to make something happen. Half shields in. Gets the anchors. Keeps trying to go in, but gonna get knocked away. Not enough to kill. Sonya's still in it for now. Gold shield used. Super exchange. Sonya has a bit of life left. Can they find something against Push here? Gets knocked away. Gets through. Has another super use, but oh no. Sonya was looking for that opening, but just not enough time. Congratulations to Push with another 4-1 over Sonya. Congratulations, Push. And that'll do it for here for Metallurge 60. Push is going to avenge from last time. Gonna be able to take it out. And that's gonna do it. Long tourney, though. That was very intense, very high level. I'm glad to see a lot of players coming back for this one. Congratulations to Push coming back all the way from losers and beating Sonya twice in a row, 4-1. And that's it. Alright, GG's to everybody. Yeah, so next tournament, probably 2 weeks from now. We host tournaments bi-weekly, as I mentioned, so feel free to check out the challenge page for information as to how to find our community. Thank you so much for playing. Congratulations to Glitch, Sonya, and Fush. You guys will be receiving Fruit Bat Factory prizes. If you're interested in my own content, I'll be on tonight with a variety game, but normally I also play League of Legends. Feel free to check out the channel if you are interested in my VTubing career. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day and weekend. Thank you guys so much for sticking around here. Thanks for watching the tournament. Thanks for playing in the tournament. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye, everybody. And see you next time. Take care.